Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're going to go through 4 tools for managing resources and the people on our project. If you've been following along so far, we're working with the Pet Buddy project, which is a mobile app that matches pet sitters to pet owners. It's similar to the Uber of pet sitters. And Samantha, our business owner, has done a business case, and we've been through all of the documents required so far. And now we're going to look at 4 things that we need to manage resources, starting with a RACI, team charter, meeting cadence planner, and a retrospective. We're going to show you what they look like and how to use them on your own project. And the first one we're going to start with is our RACI, which stands for responsible. Who is responsible? Who's accountable, or who needs to sign off on a task? Who is consulted, or who provides their expert judgment? Or who is kept informed on the project? And Billy, our project manager, is going through this with the team to make sure that everyone is really clear on their roles and responsibilities throughout the project. And what this one looks like for Pet Buddy is we've got all of our roles down the left-hand side. We've got project sponsor, project manager, our business analysts, senior user, developers and testers, and some subject matter experts here as well. And then up the top, we have all of the deliverables or things that our team might be responsible for. For example, the project plan, Billy is responsible for creating that project plan. But the source code, we've got our developers. Max, our senior developer, is accountable. He needs to sign off and do a shoulder check of the code. But Olivia, Liam, and Isla, who are our developers, are responsible for the source code itself. But then we've got testing. So our test plan and test case suite, Macy and Jack, our testers. Macy, the test lead, is responsible for the test plan, and she needs to sign off on the test case suite. She's accountable for it. Now, on the other hand, we've got Samantha, our project sponsor. She needs to be informed of a lot of things as we're going along, of the status reports on the project and the final project report. So this is a great way. Now everyone is really clear on what they need to do throughout the Pet Buddy project. And what Billy's going to do next is get everyone together and agree on the team's ways of working in a team charter. The team charter outlines a whole bunch of things, and we start with the background of the project. Why are we doing it? What's the overall mission of the project? Samantha wants this mobile application that matches pet sitters to pet owners so she can expand her business and create the Uber for pet stays. We've got our team roles with the project sponsor, project manager, business analysts, any stakeholders we're going to be working with. And then it gets into our ways of working. So our team values. What do we care about when it comes to our team? Do we want always to be on time? Should we never miss a stand-up no matter what? Should we always be available for requirements checking or for code inspections or whatever that looks like, whatever our team cares about for our team values? And that can change amongst different teams. The team communication, we're going to be co-located. So ideally, we're just going to work together. But that could be over messaging software. It could be video communication, teleconferencing, or all of those sorts of things if we need it. The decision process, who makes the scope decisions, who makes ways of working and adjustments, who makes estimates on their work, and any conflict processes. What do we do if we can't agree? And then we've got our team ceremonies. When are they happening? And what do we need to do? And we'll also include our definition of ready. So when an item is ready to be worked on, it has acceptance criteria. It's been checked by the product owner, for example. And the definition of done, so when an item has been developed and tested and it's passed and signed off by the product owner again. So all of that comes together to make it really clear that we know how we're going to be working on the Pet Buddy app. Now, one thing we can add in here, this one's not in the PMBOK guide, but this is one that I like to do, and it is just get together and see if we can figure out the regular meeting cadence. Now, obviously, don't have a lot of meetings if you can help it. We want to be focused on the work, and really we only want meetings to confirm something that absolutely needs to be confirmed face-to-face or together. So in many of the Agile teams I've worked in, we'll have user story elaboration, usually twice a week, and then just ad hoc any other times that we need to get more details on the acceptance criteria for the scope that we're working on. But in the morning, we could have a daily stand-up, or if it's better suited, we could have it in the afternoon. So this is just a great way. We can move these around and we can get everyone together and say, what's the best time that the team can meet? Do we have other commitments, or are there time zone differences that we need to be aware of? And let's arrange these regular meetings. And then lastly, as we've been working together in a team for some time, we're going to go through a retrospective. A retrospective is an agile term or an agile idea where we meet at the end of our iteration. Usually an iteration is 2 weeks where we've delivered a small item to the customer so they can see it and give their feedback. And then a retrospective is for us to improve our ways of working as a team. So our whole project team is going to get together. We've got probably not Samantha, the project sponsor, but probably everyone else who's actually working within the project. Developers, business analysts, testers, and Billy, our project manager, could potentially run this as well. And what we're going to ask are 4 questions. What went well during the sprint? So maybe we communicated clearly, maybe we got everything done that we needed to get done. But then we've got challenges. What could be improved? Maybe some of the items were not fully elaborated or scoped, causing a bit of last-minute scrambling. Then lessons, what have we learned? The initial task estimations were off. Maybe we need to figure out a better way to estimate. Things like that. What are we going to learn going forward? And is there anything that still puzzles us? Maybe our team is unsure how the app is going to be received by a wider user base. And so the product owner could give some clarification there or some ideas. But here we can raise those questions, and again, in a safe environment, and take all of these things, the improvements, even the successes, and take some actions and say, how are we going to improve these for next time as we're going through our project? And as we improve little by little, we become an amazing, high-performing team. And those are all the resource documents and resource tools that you'll come across in your project.